If you're struggling to take action on something, maybe you're finding it very difficult to make that first step to actually get to that goal that you're trying to obtain, that practice ahead of you. Try not to think about the time it takes to do something and try to flip your mindset to the time it takes to start something. It's a very different way of thinking. And let me explain something. So imagine let's say this is a mountain. And let's say you're at the bottom of this mountain. If you were to look up at the top, that is as if you are focusing on the time it takes to do something, that 60-minute workout, that whole stretching routine, that 15K walk that you're going on today. If I was to look at the top, eyes focused all the way up there, it's really overwhelming. It's tough to think, how can I get to that point? Because there's so many steps ahead of you. So all you see is overwhelm, all you see is resistance, and in the end, all you see is, I'm putting that off. And in the end, we don't end up doing it. Here's the different way to think about it. If I was to now look at here, if I was to just bring my eyes to the bottom of this mountain, the first step, this represents you focusing on the time it takes for you to start something. And what happens in your brain here? Now you just see one or two steps ahead. If you're thinking, how quick can I start? How quick can I take thought of going to the gym, of doing this stretch routine, of going on that walk? How quick can I take it from that thought to action? And what your brain does is starts looking at, okay, what's the first step that I need to take? That seems manageable. Remember, it's just like looking at that first step of the mountain. Now it seems like a mountain that you can climb. So you're thinking, oh, I can do that first step, I can do that third step. Try it out. Actually, let's try it together. And just so you can feel what this feels like. Let's say you and I wanted to go to the gym. But first, we were thinking about that whole workout. We're thinking about the 60-minute workout. What's the feeling? The feeling is, I can't be bothered. The feeling is, look how many steps I've got to take together. The feeling is, that seems like a lot. You talk yourself out, so we don't end up doing it. I just want you to feel the feeling of looking ahead that far, focusing on the time it takes to do something. Now, same picture, same workout goal. But now let's think about, okay, I want to go to the gym. We want to go to the gym. How quick can I start? That's you focusing on how quick can I take action, essentially. What does your brain do now? Well, the quickest way to start is, what's the first step? Okay, the first step is, got to put my shoes on. Cool. That seems manageable, less overwhelming, less. Then you're thinking, okay, what's the next step after that? Well, I've got to get my car keys because I've got to drive. That seems manageable. Well, then I've got to lock the door. That seems manageable. Different emotion, right? So like again, not sure if that makes sense. Again, it's you taking the focus away from the time it takes to do that whole thing, overwhelm, too many steps ahead, looking at the top of the mountain, to focusing on the time it takes to do something, less overwhelming, focusing on the first step, which seems manageable, focusing on the first step up the mountain. So give that a go. I think it will really help. Can I tell you what's happening in your brain and all of the networks? I can't. But I know this works. I know it switches your brain from long-term thinking to short-term action. So give that a shot. If you're struggling to take action, it works every time with me, and I know it will work with you too. By the way, YouTube will recommend a video here, I believe. So if you want to check that one out as well, I think you really like that as well.